All right, we're live, Tuan. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really, really excited to have you on the show, Tuan. Listen, this is our third episode of Dial It Up with Fawaz, and I do believe it's a special one, and here's why. As I was preparing for this episode, because clearly we speak to brokers, we speak to LOs, we speak to realtors, and as I was preparing, in my mind, I was saying, listen, if I was an LO and if I was a broker, I would want to hear from Tuan. I would want to hear from the president and the CEO of Loan Factory. Because when I look at the numbers and I look at what you've accomplished in the last 17 years, man, it's incredible. And we all know where the market is at in 2022. It's a little bit different. So it's important that we host you and we have a conversation with you about some of these things. But before we get started, it's important to talk about some of the things you've accomplished in the last 17 years. I was looking at some of your numbers, Tuan. The last 2 years, number one loan originator in the country in the last 2 years. And I was looking, you have over 2 billion in closings. You are now in over 42 states. 17 years ago, a small shop in California. You own a technology company, but look at you and where you're at today. Loan Factory is in 42 states. Incredible, man. Congratulations, and thank you for being on the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone.
How's your morning?
Right, a little busy traveling. I'm in Atlanta right now.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I know that you have a branch in Atlanta as well, right? Loan
Yes,
Factory Atlanta.
correct.
How long you been in Atlanta right now for?
2 years.
Okay.
2 years.
Awesome. Awesome. So listen, Tuan, this is important. Everybody want to hear from you. Everybody want to know what's going on in 2022. We know the market changed. We know the Loan Factory do things a little bit different than others. And it's important to hear from you. So we're going to get right into it. Okay. So the first question is, tell me about the market, what you're seeing in the market right now.
The market is in a very, very unique situation. With the pandemic, home price rising too crazy. I mean, more than 50% in most of the country. More than 50%. Home price rising so high, plus the interest rate also rising so high, from under 3% to over 5% now. So that combination put the buyer in many buyers are not qualified, and many investors now don't see the benefit of buying anymore. When rates are so high, home prices are so high, it doesn't make sense for investors to buy. So right now we are seeing that most of the places, investors stop buying altogether.
Yeah.
And home buyer getting more selective with the correction in the stock market, with the inflation, with too many things happening, gas price too high. So the home buyer getting a little nervous. They afraid that the economy will get into the recessions and home price will collapse. So many buyers are deciding to wait a few months. So there's opportunity right there. The market is drying up right now, right? We see that refinance disappear. We have some refinance for that consolidation.
Yeah.
And we also have a purchase market always. But that purchase market also slowing down with low inventory in many areas like California. And people decided to wait a few months to see if home price will have a correction or not. So the market is pretty difficult. And I see that I already saw some of the loan officers leaving the industry. In the last 2 years, we had so many new loan officers joining the industry. But now, in a difficult time, a lot of LO have already left the industry. And we will continue to see this trend.
Yeah, look, the low inventory is not just in California. I think it's across the country. That's just where the market is at today. Look, even though like the market is a little tougher in 2022, we know this. We've seen interest rates go up several times now this year. When I think about Loan Factory, I think about a powerhouse of a mortgage company. What makes Loan Factory, and I love, by the way, the new logo. What makes Loan Factory different, Tuan? Like, why is Loan Factory a powerhouse?
We there are a lot of reasons. There are a lot of reasons, but we invest. We invest in
And
the
when you say
technology.
invest, okay, technology.
Yes, yes. We invest in technology, the process, the people. Technology is the key nowadays. If you look around, most of the lender or broker that have the technology will continue to grow. We know that in this industry, a few lenders that have the technology are winning and growing crazy. So I see the same thing. I learn a lot from the leaders out there. So I do the same thing. We have to invest in technology, using technology to improve the process, improve the customer experience, and reducing the error, the mistake, making the company operate more efficient, and we can compete better. So technology is the key. At the same time, we focus on our consumer, the customers. We instead of making big money during the boom the last 2 years, we reinvest everything. We decide to make less. We want to help the consumer to have lower interest rate. So we put the consumer on top. We are working for them. We are by their side, and they see that. They see that Loan Factory is a friend, uh, uh, is a company that they can trust, and therefore they love Loan Factory, and they keep referring a lot more of their friends and family to us. So it's the strategy that make a difference than most other brokers. So that strategy is pretty common nowadays. But Loan Factory, we have a different strategy. We want to help the consumer, and by helping others, we are helping ourselves. By helping other, we will get the support of the consumer, of the borrowers, and we will continue to grow no matter what is the market condition.
So you talk about technology and you talk about consumer. I want to go to technology for a second, and I want you to elaborate more. Like, we have LOs on this on watching, we have new brokers watching, we have experienced brokers as well. When you talk about technology, like walk us through, like, what is Loan Factory investing in? Like, what kind of technology? Walk us through your strategy from a technology standpoint.
So I have been invested in technology for over the past 8 years. Our
Okay.
technology have been improved. We have all-in-one software that help us grow. Our technology, I would proudly say that no other software out there, no other technology out there can compare to us. Our technology have everything from POS, LOS, CRM to lately we've been working on many cool feature like we can automatically obtain, request for reviews. If you check our Loan Factory, we have almost 6,000 five-star reviews. We have the highest rating among all mortgage companies in America. Our average rating is 4.995, the review on Google, 4.999%.
That's awesome.
So that uh, the technology help in many aspects. Whatever we want to do, technology will allow us to do that. So later on, I will show you about our effort to target the realtor. We build technology to help the realtor to improve our relationship, to keep track of all the referrals back and forth between Loan Factory and the realtors, and we thanks them, we update them the status, we show them the report, we show them how much we appreciate them, the realtor. So by using technology, we can accomplish almost anything. We even invested in AI technology so that hopefully by the end of the year we can help the consumer fill out the application automatically. We can even use AI to underwrite the loan, come
That's
up with a
awesome.
condition, and ask the borrower to submit document automatically. AI is a big thing nowadays, and we are working on that. We are working on many cool features, and it's not cheap. Technology is not cheap, and even in a difficult time like this, we are continue to invest in technology. And I mean, the software is built for the broker, uh, and we use it. Uh, we are the broker. We are a broker. We know what we need, and we build the software that that solve the problem. So every time I run into a problem, I solve it, and I say that I don't want to see that problem happen again. And you know that in this industry, processing a loan is not easy. We run into problem all the times, and when problem arise, it's very costly. You might lose your customer. You can lose a few $1,000s easily. But with the technology, it helped Loan Factory reducing all the problems, making things move so fast, and improve customer happiness.
Is this
Those
an
are very
exclusive
important.
technology? Tuan, is this like an exclusive technology for Loan Factory?
This is a very good question. Initially, we built the software for ourselves
Yeah,
because it doesn't make sense to build a software and let other broker to compete against us. We spend so much money to build a proprietary technology.
yeah,
Uh, Initially, this was my thought, but eventually, I was thinking that invested so much money to build a beautiful software, and it is selfish to keep it to myself. So I open it up for other brokers to use
okay.
because I believe in competition. I believe that if I give, I allow other brokers to use the software, they will get better, and therefore I even have to get even better than them. So I love competition, so that I decided to open up the software to anyone, almost anyone. If you
Well,
want to use the software, you can sign up, you can use it. The cool thing is it's so cheap. If you buy software right now, any type of software out there, you have to buy at least three, four, five different pieces of software, and you have to do the integration to make sure they work together. But with Mozo, my software, everything works seamlessly. It's one system. You don't have to buy many systems. You don't have to worry about how the system work together. So I build one software for everyone.
that's awesome. Listen, we're a very small podcast. We don't have a lot of viewers, so we can do a commercial break for you and we don't have to charge you for it. Can you tell us the name of the software? And if someone is really interested, if we have one of our viewers that is interested, where do they go to sign up and get more information?
Very easy. Go to moso.com. Moso. Moso is the name of the software, moso.com. Go there, check it out. We even give you uh, up to the end of the month. You don't have to pay anything. Try it out. You don't like it, you cancel. You pay nothing. No startup fee, no setup fee, no nothing. It's very simple.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Listen, I think my next question, because I had a question, I felt like you got into it, but I want to get more information on it. So, one of my questions was listen, in this market, as tough as it is, there's still a ton of opportunities. What are some of these opportunities that you've identified, and what are you doing to actually go after those opportunities?
I see right now the market have dry up. There's not a lot of transaction out there, not many refinance and purchase. So I can see that there are two areas that you can work on, you can focus on right now, which might cost you nothing. Um, you should work with the realtor, the local realtors, where because they are working with buyers, and if you have a relationship with them, they will send you the business. So local realtors is where you can get a lot of transaction, a lot of business from. And I would go out there, make phone call, get to know the realtors, and build a relationship with them. Show them that you are good. show them that you can help the clients, show them that you have the experience, the knowledge, and the services that the realtor uh, want. So realtor is an opportunity that you can focus on. I know that the second opportunity would be social media, Facebook. A lot of homeowner, they desperate. They see that home price are so high, rate are so high, so they go they join some group, they learn, they involve, and you can join those group and present that you are an expert. You try to help other, you try to give advice, and from there you can have a lot of leads. So those are the two areas that Loan Factory are working on, and we would say realtors and social media are the two areas that you can focus on to help your business.
I love that you talked about social media, Tuan, because I was just talking about it yesterday. There are two types of social media in today's market. There's the paid social media where you have to advertise and pay, but there's also the free social media where all you have to do is be consistent and just provide value and really be genuine and just be yourself on social media. And I'm telling you, I see a lot of realtors, a lot of loan officers, a lot of brokers miss out on that opportunity. Yes, it's not easy. You have to be consistent. You got to continue doing videos. You got to continue putting messaging out there. But this is a free platform, to your point, to connect with people at all times. And I love the point of like joining like different groups, like whether it's like you can like you, if you're in a low, you can join like a condo association. You can join groups where you can be the expert and you become the voice in that group. When there's questions, they're reaching out to you, and when there's things they're thinking about, they're talking to you because you are the expert. I really believe
And
this is a very big missed opportunity.
even better, because when you join the group, you must present yourself as an expert.
Yeah,
People will ask questions and you have to answer. Sometimes you want to know the answer yourself because your guideline, you might not know the guideline well. So that force you to look up the guideline and answer. That will help you improve your knowledge. You and at the same time, it improve your communication skills, right? You have to write to other members, and you have to write in such a way that you can persuade them, to let them know that you are an expert, you know what you're talking about, you can help other. And imagine that group have 10,000 people or 100,000 or 10 or 100,000 of people. They all will see your writing, your response, your answer, and some of them will like you and will definitely become your friends and your clients, and that is free. There's so many benefits of joining social media groups and become an expert and helping other people out there.
that's awesome. Question for you. Are we over 6,000 or we're close to 6,000? And do you know what that number is? What am I talking about?
There are two numbers: 6,000 loans I closed last year, or
Yeah,
6,000 of 5-star reviews. I have those two numbers.
I know you do. That's why I asked. But seriously, I'm talking about the 6,000 reviews. 6,000 reviews at all 499 rating. This is incredible. How? And and because I always tell everyone, anyone that asks me about it, I say you can't receive a review if you don't ask for it. 6,000 is a very big number. Incredible, impressive. How? What's your best practice? And talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, thank you for asking this question. It's not an easy task, not easy at all. I bet most of you out there have provide excellent services, but then when it's time to ask for review, it's so difficult. Many consumers, we use technology to accomplish this. So as soon as we close the transaction, the system will automatically email or text the borrower to ask for
Okay.
5-star review. Or our staff can click a button and text the borrower the request. So the borrower, when they receive the text, they just tap on the link and then they can type their review and 5-star review. The whole process take take the borrow less than 30 seconds. It's so easy, and
Look,
that is
I know
how we
you,
can get
but Tuan,
so
I know.
many.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Listen, I know it's so easy, right? But also consumers, they don't just like it's hard. You have to follow up to make sure that you get those reviews. Even though it's easy. Like is there like a follow-up system in your world where like, okay, we sent Mike Fawaz a review. We did a great job for Mike Fawaz, but we sent him a link and he did not fill it out. What does that follow-up look like?
So basically, it for 30 days, helping them, working so hard for them. So first, we make it clear, we communicate to the borrower that it's important for them to write us 5-star review. Secondly, we make the process so easy for them. There's no excuse to receive a text, tap on it, and type in something. It's so easy for them to give us review. So that's why we can collect so many reviews. Yeah. So
You know,
and then
I
the
love
system
that,
we
Tuan.
track everything. Yeah, the system we track how many texts we send the borrower. Does the borrower tap on the link? This what happened? And then as soon as the borrower write a review, we know that we can go in and type a response to say thank you to them. Everything happened within Moso, within our system. And this is only a small feature of Moso. There are so many other features that's so good, and that's why we Loan Factory keep doing well.
You know, it's great. And because when you think about it, Juan, I mean, we all as consumers, we're looking at reviews online before we buy anything, right? Even if it was like $5, let alone you want to invest in the most important investments of your life, it's like your home or mortgage. You're gonna look at reviews, and 6,000 reviews is so powerful. That's your brand right there. And I love the follow up. And what the best part, what you shared with us, Tuan, and this is a great best practice, is you're foreshadowing upfront to the borrower that, hey, Mr. Mrs. Borrower, at the end of this transaction, I'm going to ask you for your review. I'm going to do a very good job and I want your review. And now you're foreshadowing. And to your point, there'll be a slim chance for them not to fill it out because you've already foreshadowed with them. And
Yes.
just to follow up on the reviews, right? Because also Loan Factory has built your business on referrals because you do such an incredible job and it's
And return
all.
clients. So we are very powerful in this. Most other company, the number would be less than 50% because it is so difficult to retain the clients. But for us, it's so easy to retain the clients, especially when we offer them a super low interest rate that no one else can compete. We offer them a good experience, a fast process. We give them, everything they need. When out there, when people talk, they always say, "Oh, choose between one, pricing and service." You cannot have both. But at Loan Factory, you can have both. You can have good pricing and excellent services at Loan Factory. And that makes it different than many other mortgage companies out there. They just say, oh, if you want good service, you have to pay higher price. That is not true. In nowadays, given the competition is so severe, we have to be better. We cannot make it an excuse and say that you have to pay better, a higher price to get better service. If you want to win, you want to dominate, you have to provide both good pricing and excellent services. And that is what we are offering. That's what we are trying so hard for many years. And that is what we will continue to improve. Having one of the lowest rate, one of the highest customer service. And that can be accomplished. That is not difficult.
That's a good combination. It's a combination for getting more referrals. I
Yeah.
want to touch on referrals for a sec. I think, and listen, you don't receive if you don't ask, and I think this is a missed opportunity for a lot of LOs out there, especially if you're providing incredible service. Is a simple phone call to thank the client and just ask for a referral. And typically, what happens is you'll hear LOs make a phone call, say, "Hey, do you know anyone looking to refinance or purchase a home?" And most of the time, the answer you're gonna get is no, because maybe they don't know, right? I would highly recommend that you switch that up. You go instead of saying, "Do you know anyone that wants to refinance or purchase?" You go, "Hey, do you know anyone that owns a home?" Everybody knows someone that owns a home. And as soon as they say yes, say, please, I would love a name and number to give them a free mortgage review. It's a simple mortgage review. No one will say no for a free mortgage review.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
So just give you an example. Most of the LO and broker out there don't have the technology, and they think technology is out of reach, so they give up. They don't have technology. They don't have any software to help them, and that is a big miss. You must have the best technology out there, even though you are small. I, and it's cheap. Most of it is cheap. You can have everything that I have. I spent a few $1 million to build the software, and I give it to you, and it's cheap. You can have everything that I have. One example about referral. Uh, let's say I know that a lot of broker and loan originator, they have a database of their clients. Some don't even have the database. They don't keep track. Some have a database, but they don't know what to do with it. But at Moso, we can easily spend 30 seconds, compile an email and send that email to everyone, all the clients that we have. Uh, for example, yesterday I post something on social media, say, hey, rate drop from almost 6% to now 5%. Then I got a few clients right away. Easy like that. Uh, you can ask for referral. You can, my system, Moso, we create a rate alert. So we automate the entire process. The borrower fill our application, upload document automatically. We go and review the application. We create a rate alert. So every morning we email the borrower the rate. We say that here, hey, Michael, this is today's rate. Your loan is ready to lock. If you like the rate, click here or call us. The consumer is the one that monitor the rate and tell us when to lock,
Yeah, for
not the
sure.
other way around. Not the
Exactly.
other way around. And I have, imagine I closed last year, I closed 500 transactions a month. There's, of course, we have no time to call all these clients and update them the rate every day. So we use the system to automatically send them the rate and let them know that they can lock or not. This is the rate. And after we lock the rate, we turn it off so that the consumer won't shop around and demand lower rate if market get better. And then 6 months after the loan is closed, we turn on the rate alert again. Let's say we lock the rate at 5%. 6 months later, the rate dropped to 4.5%. Then the system will email them and say, or text them and say, hey, Michael, rate drop. You can refinance now. It's all happened automatically. That is how we can save costs. We become a lot more efficient. We ship the process to the borrower, let them do the work. We don't have to do much work. And that's how we can save money. That's how we can charge lower rate and we still make money.
I love it. Thanks for sharing. Tuan, listen, we have experienced brokers, we have experienced LOs, but we also have newer LOs and newer brokers. Like, what's one, I mean, 17 years in a business doing as well as you've done so far, which is incredible. Like, what is one piece of advice? Like, what is one, actually, before we go to a piece of advice, what is one mistake you made in your career that you wish do not see other brokers or LOs make?
Uh, I would say the staff, your team.
Yeah,
It is important to hire the right person that have the same vision, the same build a culture in the company. You know, be careful when you hire people. You have to hire the correct staff or team member so that together you can grow the company. Uh, yeah, in the past I make a few mistakes about hiring and building a culture is what I need to improve on. So those are the area that my weakness, and I hope that everyone out there, if you grow, if you hire people, make sure you pick the right people to join you.
look, and I'll tell you, I'm glad you brought it up, Tuan, because I've been around your team. I've had dinners with your team, and it truly feels like a family. Like when we're sitting together, we're talking. I've met your wife, I've met your kids at dinner. it feels like a family with you within your team. Like, and this is, I think this is a great advice. Like when I watch how your team operates, it's so true, man. It's it because Loan Factory isn't just Tuan; it's all of
Thank you.
everyone else out
Yeah,
there. How many
thank you.
team members do you have today, Tuan?
We have a lot, over 100 people.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, what is
Over
one
100
piece
people.
of advice will you
Yeah.
give to a new broker or a newer LOs that just joined the market, called in the last 12 months, and they're clearly experiencing this market? Like, what is one piece of advice you would give to
This
them?
industry, we always have good time and bad time.
Yeah,
Especially, it depends so much on the interest rate. So if the rate drop, business are booming. If rate go up like right now, everyone suffer. A lot of lenders out there shutting their door. Yesterday, Sprout
yeah,
Mortgage shut the door. There's a lot of companies are shutting down of this industry, so that I can, uh, so that in the future, when I talk to anyone, they love me because they know that I'm good. I'm there for them. I work for them. I give them the best deal, the best rate, the best service. That is what you have to strive for. What you have to do now to get there, to have all of these, so that you can compete better in the future. So time is on your side. You should prepare now and do not delay. You have to start working hard, learning, go out there, making friends, get to know people, uh, enjoy a good company, and work with a good lender that help you with, help you because you have nothing now. So picking the right broker is important. The broker will give you everything you need. Of course, if a good broker, they give you the pricing, the service, the technology, everything needed, so that you can compete and be successful. So that is my advice. Shop around for a broker to sign up with.
I love it. Great advice, Tuan. As always, I enjoy having our conversations. I appreciate what you shared with us today, and I promise you, there's a ton of folks that that are very happy to have you on the show and listen to some of the things that you're doing on a daily basis to help you become successful. Is there anything you want to add before we end?
I would say thank you to you and everyone out there listening to this podcast. I hope it will be helpful for you one way or another. When I watch any podcast or video, I just want to learn one or two things, and I
Yeah,
hope that when you walk away after you listen to this podcast, you can learn one or two things. But one thing I know is technology is so important, and so many of us are lacking. You don't have the good technology, you cannot compete. It's just like in a war, in a battlefield. Whoever have better ammunition or technology will win. So we are in a battle right now, and you need to make sure, you learn something, you improve continuously, so that you will be successful. Thank you, Mike. Thank you,
yeah.
everyone.
So thanks, Tuan. Well said. We appreciate everyone. This is great, man. This is great. I love hearing your story. I love listening to the things that when we have conversations, it's always very insightful. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you guys next week. Let's dial it up.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Tuan.
you.
Sweet.